Looking up, there's always sky. Rest your head, I'll take you high. We won't fade into darkness. Won't let you fade into darkness.
For every tyrant a tear for the vulnerable. In every loss all the born to the miracle. For every dreamer a dream was unstoppable. With something to believe in.
You said one day you'll leave this world behind. So live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child. These are the nights that never die. My father told me.
Tuesday I was through with hoping. Wednesday my empty arms were open. Thursday waiting for love, waiting for love. Thank the stars, it's Friday. I'm burning like a fire on wild on Saturday. Guess I won't be coming to church on Sunday. I'll be waiting for love, waiting for love to come around.
so easy, can't you see? I could be the one to make you feel that way. I could be the one to set you free.
'Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
You said that we would always be. Without you, I feel lost at sea. Through the darkness, you'd hide with me. Like the wind, we'd be wild and free. You said you'd follow me anywhere. But your heart, tell me you won't be there.
The things we used to do, used to be. I could be the one to make you feel that way. I could be the one to set you free. Do you think about me when the crowd is gone? It used to be so easy, you and me. I could be the one to make you feel that way. I could be the one to set you free.
Looking up, there's always sky. Rest your head, I'll take you high. We won't fade into darkness. Won't let you fade into darkness. Why worry now? You'll be safe. Hold my hand, just in case. And we won't fade into darkness. Fade into darkness. No, we won't fade into darkness. Fade into darkness.
want a photo, you already know though. You only live once, that's the motto, nigga. YOLO, and we bout it every day, every day, every day. They be sitting on the bench, nigga, we don't really play every day, every day. Fuck what anybody say, can't see him cause the money in the way. Real nigga, what's up? Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. Now she want a photo, you already know though. You only live once, that's the motto, nigga. YOLO, and we bout it every day, every day, every day. They be sitting on the bench, nigga, we don't really play every day, every day. Fuck what anybody say, can't see him cause the money in the way. Real nigga, what's up? Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. Don't she?
If our love is tragedy, why are you my remedy? If our love's insanity, why are you my clarity?
Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night. Goddamn, Roxanne, never gonna love me, but it's alright. She think I'm an asshole, she think I'm a player. She keep running back though, only cause I pay her. Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night. Yeah.
If our love is tragedy, why are you my remedy?
Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night. Goddamn, Roxanne.
I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
I wanna take you away. Let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop it. Please don't stop the music.
You gotta work what you got, hey, you gotta work what you got. Supposed to be in class, but I ain't going unless chill on the couch. See what's on the telly when we leave the house. Can you stay well? Can you stay well? Cause girl, I'm feeling lazy and I'm trying to hang around. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. So testosterone boys and ugly girls, will you dance to the beat and hold on the close? So testosterone boys and ugly girls, will you dance to the beat and hold on the close? I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. My shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk alone. These metal stars don't break and fade. They're never gone away. They never gonna change. These metal stars don't break and fade. They're never gone away. They never gonna change. These metal
Don't let me get her, chasing my cheddar. You ain't never listen to me. I got love. Don't let me get her, chasing my cheddar. You ain't never listen to me. I got love.
It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose. Gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm the put it in the proof. Gotta blame it on my juice. Yeah.
Heaven and hell inside, but they both are satisfied. Illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul in the bars, and I'll follow you to
Gotta
the
blame it on my juice. Yeah.
beside you when you're so apart. I'll follow you.
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book.
Stay. Do you? Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. I've been thinking about forever.
In the car, I just can't wait to pick you up on our very first date. Is it cool if I hold your hand? Is it wrong if I think it's like a dance? Do you like my stupid hair? Would you guess that I didn't know what to wear? I'm scared of what you think. You make me nervous, so I really can't eat. Let's go, don't wait. This night's almost over. Honest, let's make this night last forever, forever and ever. Let's make this last forever, forever and ever. Let's make this last forever.
Dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my feet, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. Are you just beg to see me dance just one more time?
Tell me what you really want from me. Point blank, no discussion. Close mouth, ow. I'll give it to you, no interruption. And tell me one time that you want me. I promise that I won't say nothing. Shut it up, shut it up. I'll give it to you, no interruption. And you're home, oh. On the phone. All alone, I'll give it to you, no interruption. In your house, oh. On the couch. In the sun at the place to function. I'll give it to you, no interruption.
She spoke words that would melt in your hands. She spoke words of wisdom to make some people to basement. Many surprises await you. In the basement, people in the basement. Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's four-post bed. I know it's not mine, but I'll see if I can use it for the weekend or a one-night stand.
One time for my LA sisters, one time for my LA hoes. Lame niggas can't tell the difference. One time for a nigga who knows. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Oh yeah, life goes on long after the dream of living is gone. Oh yeah, life goes on long after the dream of living is gone. They're all gone.
Well, I'm not paralyzed, but I seem to be struck by you. I wanna make you move because you're standing still. If your body matches what your eyes can do, you'll probably move right through me on my way to you.
thinking of in. I need some loving. And when I get that feeling, I want sexual healing. Sexual healing.
Hey, can't be scared when it goes down. Got a problem, tell me now. Only thing that's on my mind is who gon' run this town tonight. Who gon' run this town tonight? We gon' run this town.
And when I get that feeling, I want sexual healing. Sexual healing, baby, is good for me. And I always find something wrong. You've been putting up with my shit just way too long. I'm so gifted at finding what I don't like the most. So I think it's time for us to have a toast. Let's have a toast for the douchebags. Let's have a toast for the assholes. Let's have a toast for the scumbags. Every one of them that I know. Let's have a toast for the circles. Gotta not take work off. Baby, I got a plan. Run away fast as you can.
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go. Say we're only dreaming. A whole new world.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone.
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view.
Damn, boy, he's sick.
Let the rain fall down to wake my dreams. Let it wash away my sanity. 'Cause I wanna feel the thunder on my skin. Let the rain fall down and come make me live.
She didn't have to cut me off, make out like it never happened, but now we were nothing. I guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Flare guns go off in my head, saying not to call you this late. Still I doubt those numbers every time. Why do I replay those messages that you left at the tone last May? Slowly wishing you ain't never mine.
I told you I'd be down forever. Loving you is danger, but it don't feel right. And we'll be singing. I should look for better. Falling back to strangers, leave me hanging on. And we'll be
I've been in
singing.
the wrong place at the wrong time, chasing all the wrong things most of my life. And every kind of loss that you can't find, but I got one thing right. Been the kind of guy girls moms don't lie, running with the wrong crowd on the wrong night. I've been wrong about a million times, but I got one thing right. You.
I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs have it. That fact that you truly just feel different. It's not to be disrespectful towards anyone else, but it honestly feels like you have more inside you than other people have. Like you have that weird gift, that weird potential that you could say, hey, I can do something better than that person can. I don't deserve and I shouldn't be working in that 9-to-5 jobs. I have so much inside that I want to get out. I just don't know how to get it out. And I remember sitting on my college campus bench and the bell rang and every kid was going from class to class, class to class. And there were thousands of kids going from all these different classes. And I sat there on the bench and I just watched them. I sat there and I watched every single student go from different building. And I just thought to myself, when do we learn anything different? If I'm learning the same thing as 15,000 other kids, that means I'm going to have the same result as 15,000 kids.
Makes sense.
And every single kid I know who graduated college complained about their job, wasn't happy with their salary, worked a 9-to-5, had to pay off debt. The only way to truly be successful in life is at some point for you to do something different, for you to stand outside the crowd, for you to say, hey, I don't give a fuck what someone else thinks about me. I'm going to go ahead and do it just because I want to do it.
Yeah. Drinking dope, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Hit that pill, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Boom, my 90, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Metro, don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again, yeah. Fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again, yeah. Can't get in the cup, gotta get paid, king in the streets, young maid, spraying on the crowd, take it to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar. Shout out to Dallas, my is a star. Get rich, better take it to war. Piss on your casket, shoot at your bra.
Run away, going round in circles. Run away, run away, run away.
I got some issues that nobody can see, and all of these emotions are pouring out of me. I bring them to the light for you. It's only like
Good. Hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're good. I didn't want to blow your eardrums off there for a second if the mic was a little bit loud. I just wanted to double check it on out. Traders, we're on day 3 of 2024. We are here. We are ready to go on this day. And I am so excited to see what's going to be coming on up. I'm actually going to turn down the mic here just a smidge. Now, traders, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to have ourselves a day. Let's get ready to bring this thing on down. We are going head first, lowering the shoulder, baby. Taking on this market, and we are going for day 3 of profits. For anyone who has not been here over the last 2 days, we were able to make $500, $570. Then we're able to make $716, and now that brings us to today. Today, we're looking to see to be able to have another $500 plus day. That's obviously the goal. We want to keep this good momentum up. We want to keep this good winning streak going. Now, Dek, how are you starting this winning streak? How have you been successful so far? Well, traders, I've said this before in the past, but you already know. In 2021, I had my best year of trading ever. And in 2021, guess what I did? I shorted every single day. I shorted stocks, I shorted pumps, I shorted the low float movers. Every now and then I went for a breakout, but that's what I am doing now. And as you can see, I'm successful at it. It's probably my greatest strength in strategy trading is going to be shorting. Looking for plays that are overbought, looking for plays that just have hype, that have tons of room to be able to come crashing on down. 2021, I made $552,000. Let me go back to the strategy that is making me over $500,000 a year. That's what we're doing going into today. That's what we've done throughout the week. And that's what we're going to continue on to keep making this big money. So let's talk about it all. Let's get everyone all set, ready to go. Today we are going to be having a dual stream as well with AK-47, so you guys are going to have a nice little treat between myself, between AK. We'll bounce some ideas off each other. We'll make sure that we're all set, ready to go here. Now, before we again bring over AK though, I want to talk about today and just make sure every single person is aware of what I'm seeing and making sure every single trader knows exactly how to be trading this day. Remember, team, it's all about preparation. When you prepare to succeed, you will see success. That's what it comes on down. If you don't prepare, you're not going to be successful. It's as simple as that. So let's talk about what we have. First things first, let's go with the market. The S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the United States. Let's break this thing on down. Now, it states already, market briefing. New year, new markets. So far, the new year hasn't been kind to the markets. The NASDAQ composite fell 1.18% on Wednesday, the second trading session of 2024, building on its worst daily performance in months. Investors appear to be selling last year's tech winners, with Apple, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Meta all seeing losses. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average also saw slight declines to the day. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury yield briefly topped 4% mark on Wednesday. Waiting on the economy to evolve. The Federal Reserve indicated that it's still not quite ready to cut rates. The Fed seems to think that interest rate cuts are likely in 2024, but not sure when they're actually going to happen. The Fed on Wednesday released minutes from its latest meeting when it held the benchmark rate steady between 5.25 and 5.5%. Members at that meeting also indicated that they expect 3/4 percentage point cuts by the end of 2024, noting that inflation concerns have subsided, but they struck a cautious tone in the minutes, with several members saying rates might need to stay high if the right conditions don't come to fruition. Wednesday released notes of an unusual elevated degree of uncertainty about the policy path, and said future decisions would depend on how the economy evolves. Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like to me that the Federal Reserve might be lying again. You guys have heard this story a million times. Back during 2021, Jerome Powell came on out and he said, hey guys, I hope everyone's enjoying the free money we sent everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying the zero interest rates. Just a little heads on up, in 2022, we're going to have to raise rates, maybe 2 to 3 times, a 0.25%. We ended up raising them 7 times, a 0.75%. Then we did 4 more in 2023. In October, we were supposed to be having upwards of 6 rate cuts in 2024. Then Jerome Powell said, guys, sorry, we're only going to have 3 rate cuts in 2024. Now they're basically saying, hey, we should have 3 rate cuts if everything, works out the way we think. I'm going to be honest with you. I've said this since October when I read that they're not doing 6 anymore. I think we maybe get 1. That's what I think. I think we maybe get 1 rate cut this year. You might say, no, Deck, they said they're going to do one in March. We'll see. Maybe they do one in January. Maybe they would do one in June. Maybe they do one in September. We will see. But the thing is, traders, I will tell you right now, whenever, again, the Fed say they're going to do something, always expect it to probably be a couple months after they actually said they were going to do it. So we have to see what is going to be happening here. And with, of course, this uncertainty, we have been seeing the markets get a pullback. Traders, we have talked about this last few days, but I am expecting basically what? A couple steps back to take a big leap forward. I think today is going to be another red day, not a big red day, but I do think today is going to be the last red day before we start seeing buying volume. Let's talk about why. So when we take a look over on the S&P 500 here, we go over to the daily chart. What do you guys realize? The S&P 500, notice that we do have a bounce play right next to 467. Can everyone see that? You might have, if you have a smaller, monitor, might have to go over to like full screen, but you can see if you actually take a look back over on the day of right here, which is on December 15th, we bounced off the price of 467. Then on the date of 12/20, December 20th, we bounced off the area right around 467.75. And then yesterday, we bounced off around 468.30. I think today we are going to have one final pullback, and then we are going to start going green from here. I'm telling you guys, I believe that the S&P 500 is going to hit a brand new record high in the next month or next 2 months. I do think we are going to get back up to 480, and I do think we will break 480. After we break 480, that's when I want you guys to be prepared for the big drop. So where do I think the big drop is going to happen? I think it's going to happen between 490 to 500. I think the SPY will go higher. Not today. I think it's going to have a pullback today, but I do think the SPY is going to get up to between 490 and 500. And when we get up towards around 490 to 500, that's when you should load up on your puts. 500 is going to be extremely difficult to break. Extremely difficult to break. And just as a little bit of a heads up here, I've showed you guys this before in the past. Take a look over on NVDA here. Notice what has happened over on NVDA. Every time it comes up to 500, hit 500, fell all the way down towards 409. Came on up towards around 475, came on down to 390, came back up to 500, crashed all the way down to 452, came on up to 500, crashed on down to 471. Every single time you hit 500, you get rejected. Just like when a stock comes up to 100, or you can bounce off 100 if you come down to it. These are super strong natural support lines. When we take a look, let's say let's go over to Meta, right? You take a look over on Meta. Where did Meta bounce at? Meta came right on down towards around this $100 area. Let's go back over to a weekly chart. You can see a little bit better. Take a look here, team. Look where we bounced at. Right next to 100. Then we went on this big climb, big rip, big spike all the way back on up. Take a look at Tesla. Is it funny that we bounced right off 100? Nice big move. So these nice big psychological numbers, $1, $5, $10, $50, $100, $250, $500. These are very tough to break above. Just like when we take a look over on Tesla right here, 400. It's hard to break above that because that's going into the next $100 region. But especially 500, that is not going to be easy to break. So when I take a look over on the S&P 500 and I see that the S&P 500 has a record high of 480, I think 480 will break. I think 480 will be able to snap over the next few weeks. But I do think as we come up to 500, that's where we will get our strong rejection. Let's think about something here, traders. We have 9 weeks in a row of green on the S&P 500. That's the longest winning streak we have seen weekly since 2004. Then on top of that, we are seeing the market climb last year, 23.7% on the year. One of the best years that we've been able to have on the market. Then on top of that, team, this market has just been consistently running up to record highs. We're right next to 480. And once we break 480, we will have, I think, that pullback, that drop, that, not a recession, not a depression, but just natural pullbacks as the market should. If you guys really want to get in depth, everyone switch over to a monthly time frame. If you switch over to a monthly time frame, this is a chart right here showing all the way back to 2010. Now, what can you guys realize about this chart that I'm showing you right now? Where is the perfect and best entry in the entire market? The perfect and best entry in the entirety of the market is going to be whenever you come down to the blue line, the 50-day moving average. You can see in 2016, you hit the 50-day moving average, you bounced off of it. And back in 2018, you hit the 200-day moving average and you bounced off of it. And then back in 2021, you hit the 50-day moving average, then you bounced off of it. Then you came back on down towards the 50-day moving average in October of 2022 and you bounced off of it. Usually we hit this area every 2 years, it seems. 2016, we hit the 50-day. You can see 2018, we hit the 50-day. We could see in 2020, we hit the 50-day. You could see in 2022, we hit the 50-day. Every 2 years on the monthly time frame, or it might be a yearly time frame for you, you could see that the 50-day moving average is hit. If we hit it in 2022 and now we're heading into 2024, that would continue the pattern that we are going to hit this 50-day moving average again. We can also see whenever the market does usually spike itself on up, we usually start seeing very nice pullbacks. So guess what we have? We have very nice run up, and then guess what we do? We eventually pull back down. We have very nice run up. Guess what we do? We pull ourselves back on down. We have this extremely big spike. Guess what? We pull ourselves back on down. We have this very nice run up towards 500, and then we pull ourselves back on down. So that is what I'm expecting later on throughout this year. Not today, not this week, not this month, but later on throughout this year. That is what I'm looking for. The best area that you could ever possibly get filled is that 50-day moving average. Just make sure that you guys are keeping that aware and being on top of that. Traders, if you guys are getting some great information out of this day and you guys are watching over on YouTube, Discord, Tradecast, or whatever it may be, smash that thumbs on up and subscribe over on YouTube so that you guys never miss a live stream again. All I ask for you guys so that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. Now, let's head on over to the penny stock world. Get ourselves prepared on the penny stock world and talk about what is going to be taking on off for this penny stock momentum here. So what we have is number one play, MINM. Now traders, MINM has no news behind it. There's no news article. There's nothing on MINM on why it's up at this time. MINM is known though to do what? Take a look at past chart history pattern. When you take a look over on MINM, you guys can see very big spike comes crashing on down. You guys can see very big spike comes crashing on down. Very big spike comes crashing on down. Big upper shadow comes crashing on down. Big upper shadow comes crashing on down. What does this tell me? This tells me that today is most likely going to have a very nice spike, comes crashing on down. Best case scenario is we spike somewhere up towards like $7 and then comes crashing on down. That would be the best game plan out there. That would be the best idea because we can see multiple times. We have big spike, we fall, big spike, we fall, big spike, we fall, big spike, we fall. I would expect that MINM, the number one top gainer in the market, with of course underneath 1 million in float, up 191%, sitting at $5 support at this moment, that this one has the best chance to be able to spike on up and then probably come crashing on down. So MINM is definitely a play that we want to be able to jump in on, look to see if there's any shorts available to be able to make the most money as possible. All right. So make sure that you guys are all set and ready to rock and roll over on this play. Now, what else do we want to be looking at? We also saw ATXI today. ATXI actually does have a good credible press release. We can see that this play started getting a lot of hype, started getting a lot of momentum, and started getting a lot of action. ATXI, this stock came out 50 minutes ago with a hot press release, which means it came out right at 8:30 in the morning. And you guys can see ATXI reaches final agreement with US FDA for phase 3 study for tramadol. So what we have at this time, traders, is we have these phase 3 study. Now, phase 3 is a great keyword that brings in a lot of hype and brings in a lot of momentum. So I was able to alert this, traders, and let's actually go ahead and take a look. What time did I alert ATXI over to everyone? ATXI, this play, what time did it come out? 8:45, I want to say. I was like one of the first people to start alerting ATXI over to everyone here to do. Let me grab the tweets that I saw. 8:32, about a minute and a half after the spike. And that was over on Twitter. I always try to get TradeCaster, those guys, right away. But the big reason is I just have this news scanner right here. Now, a lot of people always ask me guys this. They always say, Dek, how do you find the news so fast, so quickly? How are you able to find all these plays right away? Because I saw ATXI when it was at 19 cents. I saw ATXI, super early. I saw this play, right when it came on out. And really, this news streamer right here, team, is just giving me all of the answers. So what I saw on this play, for anyone who does not know how this news streamer works, all you have to do is stare at the news streamer whenever the hot news comes on out. Hot news comes out at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. So we get to 8:30. Now, for anyone who does not know this as well, we do have hot keywords. Keywords inside of a title. The best keywords are going to be like phase 3, positive, top line, significant, demonstrates, treatment. There's some very hot keywords that we always want to be looking at. These keywords are going to bring in a lot of momentum and bring in a lot of hype. So if you see 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, or 4 stars next to one of the press releases, we already know it's probably worth looking at. So you can see some of the press releases don't have anything whatsoever, but then a lot of them do have 1, 2, 3 stars. Then on top of that, traders, my favorite keywords, I do put emojis next to. So if I see something with positive results or positive phase 3 trials or treatments or whatever, I like to put emojis next to them. So I kind of get a hint that, okay, not only is this a 3-star word, but it's a 3-star word that has, of course, a hot, credible press release right here. So I'm watching here. All I'm doing is sitting, watching 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, and guess what comes on up? ATXI. ATXI, 3-star word. At the time of 8:30, 46 seconds, I can see right here, emojis next to it. Those emojis are representing we have phase trials. Those emojis are representing we have an agreement, and we have an agreement with the FDA. So I know it's a 3-star word. I know it's right here. I can click this. I can read it. I can get the full article right off the rip. It pops on up for me, and bada boom, I have that within seconds. So that's how I'm able to find this hot news right when these plays are going on big rips and big runs and big spikes, is that I just have the equipment. I have this news scanner that basically just gives me all of the answers. So just want to kind of, put that out there for every single person so that you guys are all good. Now, everyone always asks me, Dek, how can I get this news scanner? I want that news scanner. This news scanner is not available yet. It will come on out at the end of February, and all TradeCaster members will have free access to it for a period of time. So just a little heads on up, if you are a TradeCaster member, you will have free access to the scanner for a period of time when it comes on out in February, so you guys can test it and check it on out. I have it right here because I was part of the design team, and I was able to get a beta version of basically what it is going to be. But it's absolutely awesome. It's able to help us make so much money and basically find all these hot plays right away. So we want to keep our eyes peeled on ATXI. That one is getting a little bit weaker. And then we also have OMGA, which does have a little bit of hype as well. Today, my top watches are MINM. I am watching OMGA, and I am watching ATXI. As of now, though, I am keeping my eyes peeled mostly over on MINM. Now, there is one sleeper pick, LPBH, which is a mid-candle breakout pattern, or LBPH. Someone help me right here. What stock am I thinking of? I got to bring this on up here in a second. I gotta go over. I thought there's just so many dang letters and tickers. I got so confused. LBPH, PLBH. What am I thinking of? 2 days ago. Top gainer, guys. Someone help me out. LBPH. Thank you. You guys know it. LBPH. This is my back burner play right here. This is the play I want to keep my eyes peeled on for a mid-candle breakout pattern. If LBPH starts breaking through $25, guys, this one could easily squeeze. This one could easily rip and run. This one could easily spike. So we have MINM, we have OMGA, we have ATXI, we have LBPH, possibly SNGX, which did have a good credible press release, positive phase 3 data, and watch, previous top gainers such as like NEXI. There are some plays out there that have a lot of attention. So let's make sure that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. Also, I know again, I want to bring on over right now AK-47. Hold on one second, let me turn off this music here. All right, and AK, good morning, buddy. How are you today?
What's up, man? How we doing?
Woo! Woo! Ah! Good morning, bud.
Doing good, though. How you doing?
Good. So what's on your watch list today? Help the people out right now.
Let's help the people out. Okay, so I've got MINM minimum on watch, just like you do. Under 470 in the VWAP, watching that for a short. Over 465 or 565. Keep that on watch for a pop up to 6, possibly right over 6. I really like NVDA under 476 and under yesterday's low of day. If we get there under 472.65, 473, we're dumpage down to 470. Like an OMGA under 515 and 5 for the pullback down to 470 and possibly 450. Love Tesla under yesterday's low of day. If and when we get there, which I'd imagine you can get that in a hurry, but under 236.30 for that pullback down to 235 and possibly even 233.30. So right now I'm watching 4 tickers mainly just so I can really hone in on them. Usually when I do that roundabout, and I'm sure most traders do that or see that when they go, oh, and this and that and the other, I'm always watching 4. It's called the Flex Grid on Thinkorswim, which I love. You can watch 4 at once. And so I'm watching those 4, MINM and OMGA and small caps, NVDA and Tesla and large caps. Now I think SPY under 468 could get a great pullback. And I think Apple under 182, back under that, and under 181.90 could get good pullbacks as well. You were talking about small cap plays real quickly. Do not forget about CING, which you did just pull up, LBPH, and SIDU. Don't forget about SIDU. SIDU was yesterday's runner. Now, could form that mid-candle breakout setup where it doesn't really do anything today, but that's, Bill was the runner yesterday.
Awesome.
It was kind of in that mid-candle breakout setup yesterday.
I just want to kind of type them all out. We got LBPH, SIDU, MINM, ATXI, is there anything else that I'm missing? LBPH, SIDU, MINM, ATXI for the little penny stocks. Just want to make sure we're hitting them all.
That's probably it for right now. Yeah, and of course, Mr. G's talking about the one NEXI. So you could probably do NEXI as well. That one popped up yesterday. It didn't have news, I don't think. It kind of gave everything back, but that is another one to keep on watching. To me, when you have that across the board and there's not one clear-cut champion, you just got to be careful in small caps. It's going to be what we used to talk about, mob shift city, baby.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I just want to have every single person prepared. So we are opening on up here, team, in about 30 seconds. Let's see what happens. Obviously, as we're going on, I'll alert some plays. AK-47 will alert some plays. If I jump in on anything, obviously I will be showing you. Want to keep this win streak going, stay alive. MINM, I would like to see a nice rip and run towards, I would like to see like $6 plus. I would like to see a nice squeeze on this play. And also just keep my eyes peeled over on ATXI. ATXI has potential to get a little pop and then be able to fade back on down. ATXI and MINM are the plays I think have the best chance of shorts today. They are the plays that have the highest gap ups, so they do have the most room to be able to fall. Also at the start of the day, I do think blue chips are going to have a little bit of a pullback at the start. What do you think? I know, AK, what do you want on Tesla?
Tesla under yesterday's low of day. To start off with 236, essentially. 236, 236.30 is what I'm looking for. Still got a ways to go. NVDA's popping up. They're all kind of popping right now. So you sit back and wait.
Mm-hmm.
OMGA under $5 here, 510 and 5. That could be my first trade. OMGA under 510 and $5, looking for that pullback.
ATXI, ACON, SMFL. Just staying alert. We got MINM, which I think has the best chance to go on a squeeze right off the rip here. That's what I would like. I would like to see even this one get halted right off the rip. It's the lowest float stock, #1 top gainer, up 200% on the day. Pre-market highs are going to be tough to break through though. We do have 550, which is going to be tough to be able to smack through and be able to break through. If we do smack and break through, that'll give us that big upper shadow that we're known to be having. So you can see big upper shadows, big upper shadows, big upper shadows. Like, I don't want to short this really until I see that big upper shadow. It just seems like it's a little bit scary to do. Sure, you can do it right now. You can pull the trigger right now on a short. I personally do want to see that overextend move, then the short on down.
OMG, I am short on that real quickly. Got in on short so far. OMG, I am short.
OMGA?
Yes, OMGA looking for that
Gotcha.
$5 crack right here.
For the $5 crack. The only issue I have with OMGA, the thing that scares me is that OMGA, I mean, it doesn't scare me. It's just going to be much slower. You know, so I personally like, you know, my favorite type of plays are stocks that go straight up and then go straight back down. For instance, ZFox. ZFox goes straight up. ZFox comes straight on down. That's, you know, the best place. OMGA, it's probably just going to be a little slower. I still think it's going to fall. I still think it's going to fade. But whenever you have kind of...
Just check, check DYN yesterday. That's what I'm looking for. So you get the beginning part of it, and I'll come in and I'll get that.
I mean, DYN was awesome yesterday. DYN,
it did, which is funny. DYN that popped up. I literally scaled out at low of day yesterday, literally in the 12s, and it went. I'm like, why didn't I go? You know, it's one of those plays where you look back like, why didn't you go?
Well, that's.
long?
I mean, that's. You know, I mean, that play's awesome because it went from $13 to $30. You know, when you go $13 to $30, you have so much room to fall. So it's just, that's what you always got to remember, traders. It's just the more room you climb or the higher you go, the more room you fall. So if a stock goes from $13 to $30, you could go from $30 down to $20. If you go from $3 to $6, you might go from $6 down to $4.50. You know, so basically whatever you spike, a great short would be like giving back at least like half its gains. So don't expect, you know, something crazy.
I did get stopped out of that. I am out of that for a loss, but minim under 470, and I am going to go short on under 470 for NIMN. And just so everyone knows, Tesla, which I didn't think it would get there this fast. Tesla, if it gets somehow back into 241.40, 241.50, yesterday's reversal area there in power hour, that failed area, that's where I would look for reversal. It's looking like it may be reversing already now, though.
Nice. All right, so MINM, we do have VWAP support, 470. 470 just
that's underneath that. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm guys, for myself right now, just a little heads on up, here's my position box. I am not in anything as of now. No trades just yet today. I still just, as you guys know, I want to wait for a little bit of that upper shadow. I want to wait for that little upper shadow first.
Definitely getting that on Tesla right now, and NVIDIA getting that pullback. Exactly kind of what I was looking for. Just didn't get up as high as I wanted.
ZIM popping up on the breakout scanner. Little ZIM action. 3 days in a row of climbing. Nothing ginormous just yet, but I would definitely kind of just keep it on watch, be aware of it. Also, let's not forget about, you know, LPBH. You know, see if that one, if that is going to get any sort of momentum. LBPH. I don't know why I just can't remember the stock. It's just like this one play. Whenever I say BLPH, LBA, and whatever I'm saying, guys, you know what exactly I'm talking about this play, okay? So this play really comes on down to, you can jump in on this and trust that it's going to look to break 25 bucks. If this could break 25 bucks, it could go on a very nice squeeze. What you're really looking for on this entire play here is you're looking for that mid-candle breakout setup, one of our go-to patterns. Everyone loves it. You guys know it. Mid-candle breakout setup, very big spike, pullback, next leg on up. 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 You have OPTT right here. You're basically looking for the same exact thing over on LBPH. Spike, pullback, you're looking for today to go red, break through $25, and get that next leg on up. So that's what we're looking at here. MINM, I want to see that thing explode all the way up towards those pre-market highs here.
Nice pop from the SPY at the opening bell.
Yeah, SPY still trying to get a little of that pop on up. We got ATXI, slow fade. That ATXI was the stock that did have that nice rip in pre-market. ATXI, I think ATXI today is most likely going to fade all the way back on down. That's probably going to happen. You guys can take a look at some past chart history pattern and take a look at what we've seen. So if I see that right here, we have a nice gap up, and then we see a what's going to happen next. Take a look at the last gap up here. Gap up, quick little spike, gave everything back. Where's another gap up? Here's a nice little gap up. Gap up, little spike, gave everything back. Here's another gap up right here. Gap up, spike, gave everything back. So traders, I tell you guys this analogy all the time, right? Just like ATXI shows gap up, gives it all back, we see something very similar on MINM, where MINM has gap up, big upper shadow, gives it all back. Big upper shadow gives it all back. It's the stock characteristics. If your parents have red hair, you have red hair, right? Goes down the list. MINM, are you jumping in here? AK, are you still waiting?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I was literally about to start alerting. Just so I'm alerting. I was trying to alert in chat because I know you're talking. But yes, I was letting everyone know. I was saying, OMG, I'm looking for another short, but Minim, I was gonna say, be ready, traders, be ready.
MINM, we are still watching this one.
There's no news on Minim.
There's no news on it. That's why it definitely can fall and fade. Again, I just, personally for me, I think if this cracks the VWAP, you could definitely see a big red candle. I just want to wait for that upper shadow. I'd like it just because I want to follow that, but it might not happen. It might not happen. It might crack the VWAP and just come right back on down. I just want to stick with the characteristics, you know? Yeah, I see it in the past, so that's what I expect to happen in the present.
Oh, exactly. That's what I tell traders. I mean, that's why, like, when I get used to trading, when I trade, I'm like, you got it because you see it all the time. That's why you trade it. It's because you like it's, you know, it's like when it's just like anything you do in life. The more you see it, the more you do it. Of course, the more you're going to act. You know, it's like when you play a video game and you get beat up by the same. Like when if I play Ninja Turtles, I'm not going to run to the Foot Clan. I'm like, yeah, kill me, beat me up. I'm like, no, I kind of want to beat this guy up, right? You kind of know what to do and you know what to do, and you want to see that over and over and over. Well, now you know what to do. You've seen it so much, and so that's what I tell traders. The more you track and journal, the more you watch charting. Don't go around and try to do downtrend breaks and do this and that and this. You're trying to throw too much against the wall. You know, there's gonna be 1 or 2 or 3 things that really stick. That's what you need to hone in on and make better and better and better and better. And that's it. And then you've got stock market trading down. You don't need to be well, I do this and I do everything. You know, that's not many traders out there do that. You know, you got to find your niche essentially and then stick to it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, just being here and listening to me, listening to Josh, listening and to all the traders here on Tradecaster, being able to watch the scanners, you are subconsciously taking in so much information. You know, learning how to stock trade is just like learning a brand new language. And you have to realize, if you're just sitting there listening to people talk, you might have no idea what they're actually saying, but you are learning the dialect. You are learning how the accent is. You are bringing in information. Maybe one day you start understanding it. One day you can start speaking it. The more you are here, the more you're learning this new language, the more that you're going to be able to grasp, be able to comprehend. If you, again, try to learn it once a week, it's very difficult to be able to do. If you go to the gym once a week, it's very hard to see results. If you show up here once a week, it's hard to be able to figure out the stock market because you're just not really up to date with everything.
100, boss. Trust me, that's fine. And take it seriously. You know, I'd be like when I'd be in chat back in the day, and I'd be on my phone, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and what's going on in ESPN or whatever. Now, you know, you kind of soak it in. You gotta really want it and soak it in big time. I was literally about to alert. Here it is. I'm gonna put in chat. Anyway, I was gonna say, watch for this little micro downtrend break here on a min-M and back through 5. It could reject and fail back and give me what I want, which would be a reversal. But this is what kind of on watch a little micro downtrend and a pop. Of course, you know, like you've taught me, 1, 5, 10 major resistance lines in small caps, and it's right there at that $5.
Yeah, $5 is gonna be tough to be able to get above.
Right, yeah. So he was squeezing. I could see a good pop above it, or it could fail and reject back down and give me that reversal I'm looking for.
Also, for anyone who does not know, MINM is shortable. So you can go ahead, grab shares on it. Costs $49 to short 1,000 shares. So what does that essentially mean? It means that if you want to get 1,000 shares of MINM, it's going to take about 4 to 5 cents to make back your profit. So if I jump in on MINM at the price of $5.10, I would make back my fee from $5.10 to $5.05, and then from there, I would be able to make profit. So you basically need to make back 5 cents to cover your fee, then go ahead and make a profit. Same exact thing if you want to get 3,000 shares. If you wanted to get 3,000 shares, it's still the same thing. $147 right here, 3,000 shares, that's going to be 5 cents worth. So, you know, as you get more shares, the number is right now 5 cents. You got to make back 5 cents to get yourself in the profit over on MINM. A stock like MINM has gone from $1.70 all the way up to $5.40. Do you guys think you can make back 5 cents? Yeah, you probably can. So MINM is the very hot play. You guys can see right now, MINM is getting that little bit of a dump, is getting a little bit of a tank right here.
Let's go. I'm in Min-M too. Sorry, Deck. I'm in OMGA right now on the trend line crack, and I'm on Min-M right now. So I'm in 2 shorts right now. OMGA just had a trend line crack. I'm in at 560, and then I am right now. I'm on Min-M. I didn't get a good entry on Min-M though. I'm in at 460 on Min-M.
That's still fine.
So I'm in at 560. Yeah, OMGA. I'm in at 560. I'm gonna start locking OMGA up right now. So OMGA, start locking some up. I did get a trend line crack. That's why I was waiting. I did alert in chat that I was waiting to get another short in. Little trend line that was forming in right there, and it cracked the VWAP. So finally making the money back from earlier, which I was looking to do here. And here goes Min-M down some more too. Min-M, my goal on Min-M was 435-ish. 435-ish down to 430 was goals on Min-M. I did not get a good entry though. It's all good. It's all good. But I did not.
As long as you stay underneath the VWAP, you got nothing to worry about. As long as you stay.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
NVDA, I wanted so bad. I wanted NVDA up to yesterday's high of day for reversal, and that's getting an awesome reversal right now. So if anyone took that at 480,
Tesla's starting to fall. I still think this whole entire market's going to get, I still think the market goes on down towards low 467 today. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Low 460. I think you're going to have another dollar drop on the S&P 500. I think you're going to see a nice fade throughout today still. I think today's the last red day, the last red dropping morning, and then I think we start seeing some bounces. Tesla is going to come on down towards around the 50-day moving average, right around 235. You could see, NVDA is going to come on down to its 50-day moving average at around 470. You could see the S&P 500 is going to be coming on down to support at 467. So I think everything's going to, kind of find its bottom today. That's what I think over on all these plays. Everything's going to find its bottom.
That's what I was agreeing, kind of just the charting kind of getting that one last pullback. And we kept talking about it. End of December, maybe somewhere in there, definitely, if anything, January, that's when you can look for your pullback, essentially, and that's look when it's coming.
Mm-hmm. Right now, MINM, I definitely want to see that crack here more. Again, I'm not in. I'm still just a bet. Hopefully, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. What am I saying? If it goes all the way up towards $6, $7, that's where I want to short. If it doesn't get up there, no harm done. I don't lose any money. So that's right. Always a great way to be thinking about your stock trading, guys, is have a game plan. If your game plan hits, pull the trigger. You're only trading with confidence. If it doesn't hit, no worries. You don't lose any money then. So always, again, be trading with confidence. Trade the plan that you want. I also did post the link, guys, for Lightspeed if you guys want to go ahead and check that on out. So you guys can have the same shorts that I have so that you guys are all ready to rock and roll if you guys are interested over there.
Seeing if we kind of missed anything, and it's kind of choppy a little bit today. A little still nothing too crazy.
Nothing nuts yet. No crazy one just yet.
Yeah. AMD got a nice pop to start the day. Oh, Netflix. Okay, Netflix. There was a fine that had a kind of decent pullback, but again, nothing too crazy here. We're getting the big reversals here. Here comes NVDA too as well. So we could be getting our shorts coming up soon. On at least me, I'm looking for that still. NVDA, and of course, and I've got to get out of Min-M here soon, team. It's starting to pop back up. I didn't get to take profit on it because it hit kind of close to my target number 1, which was in the 440s there. But that's what happens when you trade 2 trades at once.
So
it's not easy to do.
Yeah, Tesla getting a little bit weaker at this moment still. I'm still kind of waiting for my first trade. I mean, definitely I could do a potential like very slow ATXI type of short all the way back on down, but that kind of comes on down to like, is me tying up my money on this play right now worth it for me to want to jump in? Is me again, worth it jumping in on ATXI, especially if something else kind of starts going on some sort of squeeze. So ATXI, possible short if you just want to sit on this one and kind of hold it for a bit. I am not in on anything at this moment. I have not pulled the trigger just yet today. So I've not pulled the trigger just yet. I'm kind of waiting for that play. SMFL, nice little dump. You can see nice little past chart history pattern. Unfortunately, it's kind of already happened. You can see nice spike, gave it all back. Nice spike, gave a lot back. Nice spike. You probably have another, I would say, 30 cents over on SMFL to fall on down to the 50-day moving average. So maybe like 30 cents left over on SMFL if you're shorting right now or if you already have shares available on it.
That one likes to definitely give back gains. I call it Smiffle. But yes, here comes Min-M. We could be getting the pop here on Min-M. I stopped myself out there. VWAP was where I put my stop loss out. Here comes that little bit bigger move up here. But again, I could easily see this failing at 510, 515. I'm not going to take the short there, but I could easily see it failing where it's failed so much here in the first 15, 20 minutes to start the day. Mm-hmm.
Now, guys,
if it gets over that, here we go. If it gets over that, then we can get some movement.
There's MINM.
Where are you looking at?
MINM squeezing. Here's the MINM squeeze, guys.
Yep.
MIM starting to squeeze. Let's see if this thing can get halted once, twice. And this is kind of like that, upper shadow that I was looking for. There's a little bit of an upper shadow kind of right off the start right here. Hold on a second.
Look at that. Jeez.
So MIM, man, hold on. That thing just went on a rip and then just had a pullback here. I did not jump in on this play just yet, but that was one of those kind of very big spikes and started fading right back on down. So big upper shadow. It's probably going to get a little choppy right here. We might see a couple more attempts, on a little bit of a pop. I was actually hoping it would go a little bit higher. It's already starting to dump, though, at this moment, it looks like. I'm actually trying to locate shares. I'm starting to, I think everyone's trying to locate shares on Lightspeed right now because I'm trying to get 3,000 and it's only giving me 34. So I probably have to wait a few minutes, which is fine. It's probably going to get a little choppy. But notice, look at that upper shadow, guys. I just give everything back. What, did you get out and then all of a sudden it just came crashing on down right there?
Yeah, exactly. I right back to my entry. I mean, yeah, I got out of the VWAP, so I started squeezing. I just stopped myself out at the VWAP. And then it's one of those where you're like, you got to be. Now, of course, I'm not going to stay in as it's hitting 5 and 530, 550, whatever. But still, it's one of those ones where there you go. So right in front of all the traders in chat, how I get stopped out, and I know this happens to them so much where they're like, what?
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. It happened right there to me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then you miss $1,000 plus trade easily with that reversal, but you don't expect it right there. But yeah, it's just.
MIM. I mean, there was the nice little pop. I was hoping it would be a little bit more than that, though. Like that was so quick, and it got up to 580 and then just came crashing right back on down. If you did get filled at 560 right next to the pre-market highs, I mean, hey, great job, great work over there if you were able to get filled. That was a little bit fast. Traders, whenever we get to a point where everyone is doing exactly what we're doing, and what are we doing right now? We're looking around. We're saying maybe MINM is going to be the breakout, maybe ATX, maybe JFBR, maybe this. People are going to start looking at yesterday's top gainers. So if you ever get to a point where there's not kind of like the clear common consensus play that everyone's going to get involved in, what you can do is look over on yesterday's top gainers, such as SIDU. SIDU may start getting a little bit of hype, may start getting a little bit of potential. That one is maybe one that if you start seeing it creep back up towards 1150, say, all right, hey, people may start running over here. We also do have on our back burner play, LBPH. LBPH, if this one starts getting up towards around $25, that could get some hype. If we want to take a look over on NEXI, that one could possibly start getting some hype. So I'm not saying that these are 100% going to break out, but I do want every single person to just be aware of them, that there is potential on these plays as well. Now, a little heads on up. ATXI is going for it. ATXI, could this one start getting a little bit of the hype and start stealing the show? We know MINM right here, traders, is getting weaker, and MINM is most likely just going to turn into kind of like a slow and steady fader all the way back on down. So MINM.
Yeah, that could scare a lot. That could scare a lot of traders off for sure.
Oh yeah, and MINM. I mean, this could just be a little slow little fade though. Like if we wanted to jump on in and just say, all right, hopefully this could slowly fade all the way down towards $4 in time.
Right. Yeah, that shelf crack's what I'm going for. That's what I put in chat. Under 440, 445 here. I'm going to get back in that one for sure.
Yeah, I would like to see if MINM can maybe get one last little pop on up, kind of form this little downtrend, and then I will go ahead and jump in on this. I want to see maybe one more attempt, and then basically like it's over. Like that's what I would like to see. One more little attempt, not like an attempt all the way on up, but maybe a little attempt, up to 475, then start turning. It's definitely getting weaker, but if you guys are interested, MINM could be a slow, steady fade throughout the day now. JFBR just got halted to the upside, but we'll keep our eyes peeled on that.
I was like, NVDA, watch that under pre-market lows at 475.60, 65, 475.70-ish area. If we crack that, I will be looking for a short and should get one more good dumpage on NVDA. So kind of under pre-market lows there. Keep that on watch.
I think also the SPY still, again, going down towards 467, I think. We're underneath the VWAP. We cracked a little bit of this higher low setup. We have a little bit of higher lows. As long as we stay underneath that VWAP, I think it's absolutely fine over on the SPY as well. Possibility to do I would do a larger expiration, so I just don't even have to worry about time decay whatsoever. Something like all the way out at like January 12th, like maybe next Friday, put contracts, put myself in the money, 469, and then watch to see if this one is going to be able to get some sort of crack. I do like the potential for this one to get lower. We did have an uptrend cracking. We do have the VWAP cracking. I do think there is room to be able to crack and fade underneath 468.50 and basically get this nice drop all the way on down. So I'm just kind of staying alert here over on this play. How much is that going to cost? $13,000 over on S&P 500. watching this one, guys, I might do a possible put contract on the S&P just to a low of the day, like 468, or a possible little crack underneath 468. If we hit this VWAP, start getting rejected, start going back on down, I will again look to jump in and start getting involved over on this one as well. So we are watching the SPY. We're keeping our eyes peeled on MINM. We're watching ATXI. Couple different plays, just trying to find where the money-making opportunity is actually going to be at today, guys. So we are still looking at this. MINM just had, there's a little bit of that attempted spike here. It's probably going to consolidate. Here's your little wedge, definitely forming a downtrend. Wedge is going to give us that crack. Probably have to wait till the corner though. Wait to the corner of the wedge. We'll get our next leg on down most likely. ATXI, what do we get here? ATXI, a little bit of a pop at this moment. Hitting the VWAP, getting a little bit of rejection as well. So we do have, again, nothing crazy, nothing next level, nothing that's stealing the show for absolutely everyone. But, you know, ATXI does have the possibility. DYN, ooh, AK, here's your play from yesterday. Check out DYN, went from $14 to $17.
Jeez, that's on a nice move today.
Yeah, slow and steady. $14 up to $17 right there over on DYN at this moment.
They don't call her Steady Yeti for nothing.
They don't call her Steady Yeti. Sorry. Yeah, DYN had no news yesterday whatsoever at all. No news whatsoever at all. Guys, SPY bouncing back on up. No entry for me. No entry for me. Still sitting, guys. I'm kind of waiting for, like, where's my play going to be today? Where's my moneymaker going to be today?
OMGA here. I'll wait for candlestick confirmation this time around in the 1 minute time frame. But OMGA candlestick confirmed under 520. I'll get a little more on that one. I got it, you know, a little bit back earlier and barely. I'm back in the green on it. I'm only up $100 on OMGA for the day. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and take the short. We did get the candlestick confirmation for the move down here for OMGA. Again, back down through 510 is what we're looking for. Through 510 down to like $5. Just a slow and steady move here. So everyone, just want to let everyone know we're kind of cracking down. I got into that again recently.
Yeah, you have room to fall to the 200-day moving average at 468, 469. So you do have room to fall.
And right here we go. Minimum team. Here we go. I said under 445.
It's starting to get.
Here we go again in 2 trades at once. What in the world here? What is the? This is the last time I'm doing this today. If this one doesn't work out, I'm not doing it again anymore today, Sean. You're gonna have to pull the bottle away from me.
Yeah, 2 trades at once. It sometimes gets scary doing 2 trades at once because you got to be able to watch both of them. It's just not easy. MINM still again. MINM team. This is basically at the point that you short it. You're going to get little pops here and there, but it should fade all the way back on down. So it's basically at this point, if you guys want to trade MINM, not against it in any sort of way, you guys can see how big of a spike this play has gone on. Probably going to fade most likely all the way back on down. Get ready for probably some sort of pops here and there, but I don't think it's going to be able to hold up, you know, very consistently. You guys can see, here's again a bounce. You know, maybe an entry at 450 could be best, but you're going to get little pops here and there, but MINM just has so much room to fall, and as we can see from its characteristics, it has so much room to just continuously give back. So MINM traders, it's doing everything it's supposed to. It's following its characteristics. You're all good to go over on that play.
Finally back in the green for the day, baby. OMGA, there she goes. There she goes. Now, Minim, you need to do the same thing. Come on, do the damn dance. Do the dance.
Get the big dump.
Do the short dance.
We also got ATXI trying to creep. I'm looking for something a little bit more explosive, but at the same time, you know, what we got is what we got right here.
Taking some on OMGA. I'm out half on OMGA. OMGA, I'm out half there.
ATXI trying to move itself on up. Just a little heads on up, taking a look over on that play. That stock did have news. ATXI did have news. Reaches final agreement with US FDA for phase 3 study. So you do have news over on ATXI. Has potential to be able to rip and run on up. Possibly be able to take on off in a strong manner.
Here we go, Minim, baby. Now we're good. Now we're golden. I just took a little bit there on Minim. Trying to get back on the green on Minim for the day. I'm going to hold the remaining shares there because it is a little jolty play. It's just not wanting to go down, you know, Deck. It's just look at it.
I mean, it's gonna fade throughout the day. It's gonna fade throughout the day. It's just,
I can see that. Yeah.
It's just going to take a while. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be like one of those plays that's going to chop, then get a big red candle, then chop, then get a big red candle. So it's probably going to move sideways, honestly, for like the next like 20 to 30 minutes. Then you're just going to get some random big drop, you know?
Well, I like my OMGAs of the world. Here we go, baby. This is what I'm looking for to short. You know, OMGAs of the world. I'm about to be out of this one. OMGA is what I'm talking about, baby. That's the good one.
Yeah,
OMGA,
let that fall down to
like
the 460s. 460s.
Right.
That's what you.
There we go. Come on. That was a good one. That was a good one right there.
DYN. This one, I don't know. This one just keeps going up. Our bus, Terry Jones says DYN has a price target of $56 from Raymond James. Again, price targets are great. They don't mean it's going to happen, but sometimes when a price target comes on out, it does bring excitement. You know, it does, get people going. It gets people moving back into place. So DYN right now.
We are at a major. I was gonna say we're at a major reversal area, boss. Too. You teach me this. Go back to yesterday. If you zoom back a little bit to yesterday at 12 p.m. your time. Well, actually about 12:15 your time. So right before we got into lunch, or right when I was at lunch, we fell right at 7.15 that price yesterday. Right at that same about price right there, right? So if we can push past that, then I could see a squeeze up to about that $17.70, $18 mark. So there you go. There's past chart history where we failed yesterday, and we're holding up there again yet today.
Yeah. No, it definitely has to squeeze and break that area. If it does squeeze and break that area, things could get excited on DYN. DYN, you can't really buy in too many shares all at once because it is a little choppy. But DYN right here, it is a play that, it's still trying to move itself on up. If it does pop that area, you might see a little bit of a squeeze up to 18, 19 bucks potentially. This was a crazy one from yesterday and gave back all of its gains. And now it's coming right back on up towards, some old spiking highs of 1750. UGRO, MINM still just trying to kind of sit right around that 430-ish mark. ATXI, not too shabby either. I think ATXI has been a nice little creeping play, working itself on up. Look at ATXI right now, guys. ATXI starting to try to steal a little bit of the show here. So ATXI, again, nothing going on that you are making $100 to $1,000 within seconds. Everything is a slow and hold position. Little heads on up. JFBR, though, is trying to get a little bit of hype. JFBR, this is a play that's trying to get a little bit of spiking. It's giving a lot of its gains back, though, very quickly. It's kind of super choppy over on JFBR. This trade, I'm just trying to see if there's any sort of main resistance line, maybe up towards around that 575-ish mark. Did just get rejected right near $5. If it does pop on up, that 575 mark would be, again, a top area. Is there any sort of news on JFBR? Right now, things are a little bit light here, traders. A little bit light. JFBR, no news I'm seeing. 2 weeks ago was the last press release.
Right, yeah, no news. Yeah, no news I see either.
SPY still. SPY just holding, kind of moving sideways. Guys, everyone sit on your hands right now. You guys are absolutely fine. If you're in on an MINM short, you're fine. Just keep sitting tight on that. There you go. Sit.
I'll be your interpreter for now. How about I do that for like 10 minutes and I'll be like,
yeah, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just sit right on those things. JFBR right now still trying to hold its gains. We're going to see if this is going to be able to keep on going up. That's like, you ever see that?
They're always happy, very expressionate. What?
You ever see that? What is it? The sign language for that lady that was at a Waka Flocka concert? I don't know. Like, I don't know if you were, if you're deaf, you go to a Waka Flocka concert, but they have them there.
I don't think I saw that, but I bet she was putting on a show.
She was going hard.
I bet she was. I mean, that's probably hard to do. Oh, that's hilarious. I have to look that one up.
Wait, I'll show you right here. Turn down your volume here for a second, or I'm gonna turn down this slightly. But this is what I think he was at some sort of festival, and then she just did it for everyone. But she was going hard with Waka Flocka.
Check it out. I can already tell her face. She's ready to go.
To be a sign language interpreter to some heavy rap, that's not easy. That's not easy at all.
Oh, hey, she's putting on a show. That's a good, and that's what they usually typically do. It's kind of, that's like I say, it's just they're very expressionate for sure. Their facial expressions. Still sitting back here. And me and like I said, my stop loss is my entry on OMGA, so I'm in that 1 quarter. I'm just down to my last quarter share size. Waiting for a large cap play. I'm surprised I haven't traded a large cap play today, so we're still waiting on a large cap play.
MINM still just kind of floating here as we talked. ATXI ATXI also still just trying to stay up the best it can. Maybe I'm going to do a little short on ATXI in case it, starts fading and falling here slightly. I really want to get in on something, but I just don't want to force either. DYN, there's a little pop on DYN.
Yeah. NVDA right here, team 2 as well. So NVDA is starting to dump down some. So NVDA, here we go. So NVDA is starting to dump down some. So keep that on high watch.
That is starting to get a little weaker. Nice.
I'm waiting for candlestick confirmation on NVDA.
I want to see. Is it 10 o'clock? It's 10 o'clock right now. S&P 500 might get a little bit.
Fully out of. Okay, yeah. I was saying I'm fully out of OMGA now. I went ahead I'm fully out of OMGA.
OMGA fully out. I want to see if the S&P 500
concentrating
can
on
crack.
NVDA right now.
10 o'clock, we usually see some nice movement, in the markets. I want to keep my eyes peeled on the S&P 500, see if we can crack back underneath that 468.70 mark, actually start getting that turn and dump. Right now, it's still holding up pretty well, and still DYN is holding on up here pretty well. DYN is about to come on up, though, to what price? That 1750-ish mark, that kind of area where we know it has that strong resistance from yesterday. This old spiking high, we are sitting right next to that area right now. So that is a potential short area. DYN, I believe, is also easily accessible for shorts. There's no fee that you guys actually even have to pay for that, which is always nice. Always nice when you don't have to pay any sort of fee whatsoever. So DYN, I actually might even give this a chance if I can just do like 100 shares at a time and see if we can get a reversal from yesterday. So you can see reversal from yesterday, 1710, started fading. If it pops itself on up, back up towards around $17, wouldn't be against, going in, looking for an entry, fade back down to the VWAP and, possibly fall all the way down towards like $16. So that would be one that I would say let's keep our eyes peeled on. I actually tried to get filled on that one. My order never got filled. So didn't get filled on that, but you could see exactly kind of the idea of that play. We got rejected from yesterday, fell on down, coming back up to that area, rejected, could easily fall back on down, come back down to that area.
SPY got that pop at the top of the hour there, that 10 a.m. pop.
SPY still, yeah. SPY with a nice pop right now. Still with a very solid pop. MINM still just sitting at that 460-ish mark, kind of coming back up towards the VWAP. ATXI here. ATXI also getting a little bit of a drop. ATXI getting a little bit of a fade at this moment. You do have ATXI with a slow and steady uptrend. So higher lows being built over on ATXI. We really need to wait for the easiest way to short, guys, is when you have big spikes and then you have higher lows, and then when you crack those higher lows, you can see a lot of weakness. So that's the best way to be able to trade it. So you see ATXI right here. You do have bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. If you can start going right underneath that 30-cent mark, 29 cents, the goal would be fade all the way down towards around 20 cents. See some weakness, see this thing fading, see this thing dropping. DYN just got pretty weak. It'd be nice to see this one, get a little bit of a pop and then start fading itself right back on down. Does have a little bit of a spread. You can only probably do 100 shares at a time if you guys want to get filled on that play. It's going to take a little bit.
Cheap one to borrow ACET. It's a low volume play, just kind of throwing that one out there for traders. Built up a nice shelf, a channel of support at 220. So if traders want to maybe short that, that are looking for something maybe slow and steady, I just was kind of rolling through plays because right now you're kind of just waiting for that next move, and you're looking at ATXI, so I figured I'd put that one out there for other traders.
Yeah, ATXI is not bad. Definitely is getting ready for that possible turn back. Still watching to see if I can get DYN somewhere near $17. I think that could be nice because I think DYN is going to go all the way back down towards $16.20 in a little bit. That's going to most likely be fading on down. So if you could get filled anywhere near $17 and just kind of stay underneath that low of the day of $17.25, I think you're absolutely good to go. Still watching ATXI, watching for that one to fade on off. DYN right here, obviously getting a little bit weaker. MINM. Penny stocks, guys, MINM, possibly with a squeeze coming on up over on MINM if it gets back above the VWAP. Back above the VWAP, MINM may try to put on a show. So back above the VWAP, MINM, there is the possibility that this one is going to say, hey, you know what? Let's try to rip and run on up here. If it does spike, you also do have this little downtrend. This downtrend area is right up towards around that 495-ish mark. So you could see 495 would actually be, some next potential areas that you could go ahead, get involved in some shorts and see if that thing is going to turn right back on down.
Hey, QS, Love Chip mentioned that QS is not a bad mover as well in the small cap world.
QS.
did not have any news either.
No news.
No news on QS.
Yeah, team, we're just trying to stay alert here. I mean, we're just trying to stay ready. Stay ready for anything that moves. Obviously, the stock market, it's like the weather. Some days it's perfect, some days it's cold, some days it's windy. So it kind of all depends on what the market gives us, at this time. But we're trying to do our best to be able to find where is that next pop, rip, and run. ATXI, guys, is slightly getting weaker here. If anyone is interested in that possible ATXI crack, it might be coming on up here shortly. Also, I am watching for a DYN possible entry. I might get filled on DYN if that pops itself on up. Only would do like 100 shares. It's kind of starting on off and then maybe add a little bit, near around $17 or so, and try to, get a little bit of an entry over on that play. As long as it stays, underneath 17.25, that would be kind of like my top goal. Just because I wouldn't want it going crazy. If it does start ripping and running, it's going to go all the way up towards like 18 bucks, and that's where there would be some issues.
Well, I should have ordered the opposite stat of ACET. I should have said, well, over 225, it also has good popping. So yeah, ACE, not that it's major, but ACET just popped up like 7, 8, 9 cents. Just for those small traders that have smaller accounts.
Yeah.
I know those were kind of plays I looked at back in the day. But
ATXI.
Minim's kind of popping up, and QS would be the other ones I'm watching. So MNIM, like you said, over that VWAP in 5 could get one more squeeze. I am really high. If that thing somehow pops back up to 550, wanting to short it. I just do not see that squeezing. I see it being one of those plays that just pops up and then squeezes and then pops right, and then drops right back on down. It's going to keep doing that into 550 all day.
I'm seeing ATXI get very weak as well right now. ATXI starting to crack its trend line. I'm actually going to see if I can get filled a little bit on ATXI, and I also just got filled a little bit over on DYN. So I want to see if I can, see these plays actually get a little bit weaker at this time and kind of slowly add in on some of these plays here. So I am going to, try to be getting filled on these plays the best I can and try to be able to make some money, try to be able to make some cash, and see what I can do over on these stocks here. So I am looking to be able to get filled. And I got DYN, which I have a little bit filled on, and I would like to see if ATXI could be able to crack. Now, when I take a look over on ATXI, the big thing about ATXI is that this play, is going to be underneath its VWAP and underneath its downtrend. As long as we stay underneath its VWAP and its old uptrend, I think that could start turning and start dropping. DYN traders, I only have 100 shares that got filled there. It's not really that big of an order, but I do see that we have one top right here, we have the second top right here, and now the third touch, I'm looking for this to drop all the way back on down towards the VWAP. So again, a little bit smaller, not really anything too wild or too crazy, but we are just kind of keeping our eyes peeled on this to see if we can get that reversal and actually start feeding. So I am watching DYN. I will add on to DYN if it gets a little bit of a pop on up towards, $17 plus. And then I am also in on ATXI, which I do think ATXI could just get a nice slow fade all the way on down. And I think ATXI could be a nice cracker, a nice dumper, and be able to show a lot of weakness over on that play. I would like to be able to get like 50,000 shares over on ATXI. That would be a nice goal. 50,000 shares isn't that much money when a stock is only 27 cents as well. Please remember that. So it's not like it's, crazy amounts of money when you're saying, 50,000 shares. Remember, it's only a stock that is 27 cents. So it's not anything that is absolutely insane at this time.
SPY going for a nice little pusher up to 470, almost up there. A nice little high day move from that 10 a.m. release of, I forgot what came out today, but that's why I watch for trades right at 10 a.m. because I'm telling you, you're going to get some movement. If you're not in at the right spot, you're going to get whipped around real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. DYN still trying to go on this little climb.
Coin plays are moving. I was going to say Mara Right and Coin, those plays are moving too today. I know a lot of traders have been alerting those. After a pullback, Bitcoin had that like 2 or 3 day pullback.
Mm-hmm. I just want to see this DYN pop here. DYN pop and see if I can load up shares, a little bit up higher. I might get a little pop on up if we get a kind of a little spurt of energy. You can see another.
Watch for that SPY reversal at 472. I don't think we're going to go too much higher, team. So my point being, if you are in long, take your profits here into 470. May get a hair over it.
SPY's doing well.
Please take your profits and honestly look for a reversal on the short side here soon.
Man, right? It's kind of slow right now, guys. Please, everyone over in the chat room, if we are missing anything, please let us know. If we are missing anything, if there is anything out there that is not, is there anything out there that is performing better than what we are realizing right here? We have our scanners up. It's myself. We have AK. We have the chat. I just want to make sure that we are not missing anything that is maybe going ballistic and we're just, not fully aware of it. We got DYN, or excuse me, we have COIN trying to get a little bit of hype. COIN trying to get a little bit of momentum. That could get up towards maybe that 158.75 mark. We know, again, 158.75. Shorting COIN might get a little bit of a drop back on down. DYN just...
Yeah, those plays are the ones really moving right now. It looks like kind of going across the board like Tesla. Large cap plays, really not a lot there. It's choppiness. You got DYN with a good move up, but then, yeah, you got Coin, Riot, and Mara. Those are all nice moves up today with Bitcoin.
Like, I don't even know if I want to even just, I mean, I have barely any money on these plays. Right now, I'm currently down $20 on the day. I mean, like, it's barely anything on this day. I'm kind of just thinking either, like, DYN, I'm probably just going to get out just because it's not really even doing too much. I feel like I have more risk than actual reward on that play. I feel like I have more risk of randomly getting squeezed just out of nowhere than... being able to be successful on that. I think ATXI has more potential for me to actually be able to fade and fall and, actually drop on down towards around some bottoms. So I think ATXI would be a better play for me to actually get involved in on some more shorts and to see if that one's going to be able to fade on down towards 20 cents. So I am going to keep my eyes peeled over on that one, and I'm probably going to try to make ATXI my main focus on a short here rather than DYN at this time. So ATXI, keep my eyes peeled on that one, and just keep slowly trying to, get some entries over on that play. See what I can do before that one maybe starts turning itself back on down. Because I do like how that is underneath its VWAP. I do like how we had an uptrend. We start cracking. And if we do start going underneath, I would say $27. I do think we're going to probably fade all the way down towards like 23, 22.
ATX, or not ATX, Minim with the bull flag, MINM with the bull flag set up right on the VWAP right now. So either it's going to be crack of that VWAP and we'll have a tug, or we're going to, pop over 520s, somewhere 510, 515, 520, and we could watch for that squeeze to back up to that 550 area. So that one I'm watching as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's not too bad. MINM still has that potential to squeeze, still has that potential to go crazy. ATXI, that one gets a little bit of that pop on up here. VWAP area could still be solid. Again, I'm not going to go crazy big positions right here, traders. If everyone's like, oh, Dek put in $100,000, like my position right now is $2,000. It's $2,000. It's like, because I just don't want to risk taking any sort of unnecessary loss. I don't want to risk taking, getting myself in any trouble. And I would rather wait for that kind of that one play to kind of stand on up and say, yep, this is going to be the big winner of the day. And
Coin's got room to 160 and 162 after that, so I will say Coin, that's on high watch here. I know traders are loving it. It's got some good momentum here, so in my opinion, we're getting back up to that high of day area and looking to squeeze in this flag, which in my opinion could take us easily to 160 and then over 160 to 162. 160,
we do know 158.75 though is going to be that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's I wouldn't touch it till it got over that. That's what's looking to get over. But if it gets over that, I'd be looking for a good trade right here. Honestly.
Yeah, we might actually have a revert. I mean, Coin might be one of the plays to actually be able to make us some money here today. Coin getting above that 158.75 mark. I'll definitely start looking for some entries. I'm actually going to probably look for Coin on a reversal as it comes up towards 158.75, comes up to 159. And then I'll, look for any sort of little dropping that I can find from there. So I will look for some entries over on Coin if I can get them.
That's kind of my main watch for right now. Coin. Still watching Minim, but it's just now starting to do that matriculation out to the right, not really doing too much. It's like, it's just those random moves. It could just randomly pop to 570 or whatever again, or just randomly crack to 4, and I hate trades like that.
All right, just got filled on Coin. So I want to see if Coin starts moving itself on up. I got filled 200 shares over on Coin. So 200 shares over on Coin. And Just want to see if this is going to be able to turn back around a little bit. That one is a little bit of a bigger investment. That's a $31,000 investment. And I'm going to watch to see if coin can get a little bit of a pop and then start turning. So coin, my entry is at 158.85. Deck, where would your exit be? Remember, 200 shares. Basically, I need $1 of a move to be able to make money. So the goal would be, honestly, to fade back on down towards around this like 155-ish mark. That would be like the main goal. Fade back down towards 155. Be able to make a profit from 158 or essentially 159 down towards around 155, which could be close to about $1,000. The most that I'm probably willing to lose over on a coin would be if it ever started breaking above that 13 EMA. The 13 EMA would be the ultimate target all the way up towards around that 161 mark. I would probably allow this to kind of have like a $400 limit at most. So it's like right now I'm just kind of looking for that best play. What do you got going, AK?
I went long. I was like, don't tell Deck, but I went long when he was going short. I went long on that.
Well, it's all good, buddy. I don't mind that. Hey, as long as you're making money, I think I'll get it regardless, as it comes back on down. But
I was like, don't tell Deck. I'm like, I'm going long. I was like, this is what I wanted, right to 160. So I took that.
Hey, that is absolutely fine. I have no problem when if anyone makes money, it's fine. I only have pennies going right now. I have $100 trades. I'm not doing anything ginormous because I don't want to get caught up in
you're good.
in anything bad today.
That's exactly what I was kind of looking for right there.
MINM starting to turn a little bit now. MINM starting to turn a little bit. I feel like almost at this point though, get like kind of what am I doing? I feel like it's like, all right guys, let's look for MINM shorts. We jump in on MINM shorts and then it kind of consolidates, gets little pops on up. Then we go, all right guys, everyone jump over on an ATXI short, and then ATXI consolidates, gets a little pop, gets a little bit of dump, and then it's okay, hey, let's go ahead and I feel like, maybe at this moment, like it's like we're not chasing, but we're forcing. If you and I have to basically look this hard to find one trade, if you and I have to look this hard to find one opportunity, we probably know there's not many opportunities out there, right? So it's like that's a huge part of it, that if you have to search this hard to be able to find one opportunity that we semi-like, that we're going to put in a little bit of money, that might be a sign of, hey, let's not throw away our accounts. Hey, let's not put ourselves in positions that we're going to take massive losses. Hey, let's not hurt ourselves in any sort of way here. You know what I mean? So like, I do still like my coin trade. I still like my ATXI trade. I still like, everything that I have. I'm currently down $200, $199 on the day. It's not anything big. It just comes on down to like, if it's really even worth it for us to say, all right, let's go ahead and pull the trigger here.
And there goes that VWAP crack. I'll take coin. It's good. I'll just stay with it. I got my coin money, but there goes Ben. And like I said, watch it crack the VWAP, and then boom, there goes your big move.
So MINM getting a little bit weaker. Coin. NVDA. Let's see. Is this market still just NVDA getting a little pop on up right up towards, again, that 480-ish mark right there. So that's not too shabby.
It is a little indecisive though today. Indecisive, you can tell. I mean, Tesla, Nvidia, a lot of these plays are up, down, up, down.
It's
up,
all
down.
it's all
like
up, down, up, down, up, down, which is why I might even just say, hey, if I see coin hit a new high of the day, I'm gonna get out of that and just keep my losses as tight as possible. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it for me to hold and give away like my money that I've been making the last few days. And when in doubt, I'll maybe look for some sort of option trade to get myself into the green. But I'm just not going to throw away any sort of have any sort of random big red day for no reason.
Yeah, JFBR was that's one. Of course, we missed it, but Jafar, it's actually Jeff's Brands. Jeff's Brands. That was a good little pump and dump. That one that pumped up to $5. We were talking about that. Major resistance that came. That was probably kind of our one pumpy and dumpy play that I know you like to short, that we kind of got the action on. Other than that, it's not been there really in the small caps.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. And then ATXI. ATXI, is this one going to fade? ATXI looks like it's going to still get that dump. We need ATXI cracking that 27-cent mark. Once ATXI cracks 27 cents, we'll be all set. Also, coin is back in the green for me now. So coin is starting to fade on down, which is nice.
Yeah, here you go. You're getting it at the 160. I literally just alerted in chat. Remember, take profits. Don't push the top here. Here you go, baby boy. Here you go.
And then so we got ATXI. If I can make $200 out of this day, I mean, like that's more than enough, I feel like, for me right here. So let me try to get to like $200 in profit. Let's see if coin can crack 158. 158, fade on down. We do have a slight little uptrend. Slight little uptrend right here. That's kind of keeping it alive here slightly. Crack underneath that, it's going to really fall apart, which will be nice. Crack underneath that, it'll really start falling apart, which would be nice. But we do have coin right now, still trying to hold 158, that uptrend. Let's see if we can crack 158, guys. If we can, that'll be the nice reversal that I'm talking about to be able to see that dumping. We also do have ATXI starting to pay us on out slightly. So coin getting a little bit of a bounce here, traders. Coin not doing too much for me. I'm just going to be a smart trader, get out of coin. I'm going to break even on coin. And then ATXI right here, team, I'm up 71 bucks at this moment. This one is finally starting to crack that 27-cent mark. Hopefully that could get a little bit of a dump over on that play, over on ATXI, and see if, you know, that one could sell on off. I was looking to see if coin was going to dump. We couldn't get that big sell off. I want to make $200, $300 today. That would kind of be like the best case scenario. Let's just see if ATXI can get a little bit of a sell off at this point and kind of dump on down towards like 24 cents. Maybe reach a low of the day right here, you know, 24 cents, and then be able to get paid out, you know, $200, $300. Remember, I'm not putting massive investments on this play. DYN, I said to myself, I didn't like it. I'm going to break even. Coin, I said, all right, let me see if that thing can be able to crack on down, then I'll be able to make some money. ATXI, I still want to give this a chance, see if we're going to crack on down towards around the 25-cent mark, make $200, and just be able to say, all right, another green day in the books here. Right, so that's kind of where I'm at right here, team. Just trying to be as smart as I can and just use my head over on this play. So we are up $135 now, $140. Let's see if the bids can crack. Let's see if the bids can go on down towards around 25 cents. We're right at 26 cents. It looks like we're about to get a nice little red candle back on down.
Yeah, you should, boss. I know you were talking about, man. Little head and shoulders are forming right there in the 1 minute.
Yeah, I see that head and shoulders. Absolutely, good call.
Nice, yeah. I think you're good. And usually most times why I tell traders to be careful going along with these plays under $1 and why we usually moved away from them, because they usually just do this. You know, we're looking for big excitement and spikes where it's like they kind of pop up and then they kind of slowly matriculate and just die right back on down. And that's why I easily could see that back at 25 cents, 20 cents by end of day, something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of almost about like you said with Minim. Like Minim, it's just going to be those one slow.
Here comes the coin
steady,
dump.
Just die already. Just die.
I know. If anyone's still in on coin, you're getting your little crack on down underneath 158 now. So coin is getting weaker. And coin actually could still be that very nice short that a lot of you guys are looking for that sell-off, for that dump. So coin, the target would be all the way on down towards like 156. That would be the target over on coin. And then ATXI, I just want to see if ATXI can get the head and shoulders pattern. What AK47 is talking about right here, for anyone who does not know that, is right now I have 8,500 shares. That's giving me a profit of $111. What we're looking for is a very popular pattern. So what this pattern is, and I'm actually going to turn off pre-market so you guys can see it a little bit better, is let's turn off pre-market right here. This is the pattern. The pattern is a head and shoulders. So what a head and shoulders looks like is exactly what you would imagine. We have a shoulder pattern here, we have a head pattern here, and we have a shoulder pattern here, which is what we're looking for the sell-off. So we have head, or we have shoulder, head, shoulder, looking for that sell-off, looking for that dump. So we are getting a little bit of a move right here as we are coming down near around support. Traders, I'm up $89, barely anything. I just don't want to even risk going into the red today. So I am just going to go ahead, lock that on up and get out of that. And at this moment, team, I've had 3 trades and I'm currently up $34. Probably after spending $5 on my trades as well, I'm probably going to be like even on my day. But right here, team, 34 bucks. Nothing to brag about, but also proud about it. Because why? Because I'm not over trading at this moment. I can clearly see what this market's giving me, and I need to respect this market. The only way I'm going to be able to pull the trigger for the rest of the day, most likely, is if something gets halted and explodes on up. We tried to go on after ATXI. It's not working out too great. We're trying to go after MINM. It's not working out that great. We're trying to go after DYN. It's still, like, notice how everything isn't making traders money on the long side, and it's not making traders money on the short side. DYN, if you got the very beginning, great. But since 950, for almost the last 45 minutes, it's been moving sideways. ATXI, if you were able to nail it in pre-market, great. But it hasn't done anything other than move sideways. If you were able to get on MINM this morning, great. But really, it's just been moving sideways. So all of these plays, the best trader right now has probably been the trader that is sitting even, the trader that's having a very small profit, or the trader who has not pulled the trigger at all. If you are a trader who has not pulled the trigger, if you are a trader that's sitting on their hands, if you are a trader that says, I just don't really like anything just yet, that is the smartest trader out there today. That's what I want to make sure that you guys are, completely on top of. and aware of. So make sure that you guys are using your head. Make sure you guys are being smart. You know, maybe penny stocks are not going to have the hype wave today. Maybe the best hype wave today is going to be maybe taking a look at blue chips and maybe getting involved in a blue chip play. I always want to start with penny stocks. If penny stocks do slow on down though, let's go ahead and look for blue chips and let's see what comes up on the blue chip place.
OMJ just got to pop up to new high of day in market, so that did just get a random squeeze right there up to $6. But yeah, I mean, today's been one of those wah, wah type days in small caps from LBPH, SIDU, all the ones we were kind of looking at in pre-market that just did nothing.
I do still like the SPY for, you know, just, I don't want to do anything too crazy like NVDA or anything. I would not mind a possible SPY, you know, put contract still. I still think it's going to fall on down towards the VWAP. And if it cracks the VWAP, I think we do have a lot of room to be able to fade. You know, my goal today would be make $500. I think if you can make $500 today, that is an amazing entry. That's an awesome, awesome trade overall. So I still like, you know, this play. If I could get, you know, what's 10 contracts, market, January 12th, give myself tons of time if I want to jump in on it. 13,000 bucks on this play. Notice it kind of got a little pop on up. Starting to definitely fade. I think we're going at least on down towards that VWAP area. What is that? 479. Maybe get a little bit of a pop. I want, you know, 472. I might jump in on this, guys, on a SPY for a small put. If it ever got above the price of like 477 though, I'd be 100% out. Wouldn't even be worth it to me. But I would be watching to see if we can fade back down towards the VWAP, then be watching to see if we can crack underneath that 469ish mark. So I do think the SPY is getting a little bit weaker, possibly a small SPY put with a very far out expiration. So I don't even have to worry about options or any sort of time decay whatsoever. So I would be watching this for a possible trade. Now, I also don't want to get like forcey where I feel like I'm forcing. But I would like to be able to try to make, you know, $400, $500, make my day worthwhile today. And it seems like, the S&P 500 may be the best bet for that. So we'll go 460s. Still watching this, guys. Looks like this is getting a little bit weaker here. A little bit of a pop. 473-ish. And I would keep everything just so tight today, guys. Keep everything so nice, so tight. No forcing. There's a little pop, 470.
Light and tight. Light shares, light contracts, and keep those stop losses
absolutely
tight. Light and tight, baby.
There's a little bit, right there, a little pop on up to, best entry would be right next to that purple line. Right next to that purple line, make sure that thing can, hit, get rejected, and on this rejection, you might want to jump in and see if that is going to be able to turn. So we got that little touch right there, 475. Let's see if it breaks it. If it breaks it, this is basically a bust play. If it doesn't break it, let's see if this reverses back on down, and we can start going from there. So 477. If that kind of breaks that purple line, I'm just watching that purple line right now, just watching that downtrend, seeing if that is going to be able to hold. If we start seeing back in the 460s, that definitely shows weakness. So you see there's a little bit of the touch. If it holds and it starts popping on up towards 470, then it's just not even worth our time. The wedge is not, going to be holding. A little bit of a drop.
Yep. Seeing a little bit of sideways movement kind of across the board starting to occur right now. The last like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. SPY right here, team, starting to break.
Down.
Nope, not even worth it for me. I feel like MINM might just randomly take on off at like 12:30 today. I feel like that could be one of those plays that over lunch hours, it just gets halted and is spiking straight on up.
Yep, could do that for sure. I would say long as it holds, I have a lot of support about 425 or so. If it can hold that, it could easily do some move up for sure. I think if it cracks 425, it heads down to 4. I think the possibility gets a little bit, smaller at that point. As long as it holds where it's at now, I think there's a good shot that just could randomly and then go, and not do the fake out breakout where some, poor soul out there is going to go short again at 550 and then it rips up to 6, halted up, then goes to 850 and they're like, oh no.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We just have to stay patient for it. We just can't throw away our profits. We can't throw away our accounts. I think a huge issue is a lot of times traders, they make money on Tuesday. We made money on Tuesday. Then we made money on Wednesday. And now we say, oh, wow, 2024, this is the best year of our lives. We're green. We're keeping our accounts. We're growing. We're doing everything. And now the first slow day of 2024 is here. The first slow day, the first day that we are being tested is here. And now traders have to make a decision. Some people are going to say, nope, 2024 is the year I want to become a millionaire. So guess what they start doing? They start trading more and more and more, and they start digging themselves deeper in that hole. Traders, there is nothing wrong with sitting out a day. Remember, what did I bring up before here? You want to have your calendar, right? Have your calendar. If you guys want to go over to Google, have a calendar template all set on up, and you could be able to say to yourself, all right, if there is a slow day, there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So my calendar at this moment looks like what? We know that the stock market was closed on Sunday and Monday, and so far on Tuesday, I started off with a $571 profit. Awesome. On Wednesday, I was able to make yesterday $716. Awesome. Now, at this moment on Thursday, I blatantly know that it's slow. I am currently sitting with a $34 profit. I can just type out $34, and if I want to, I could also say just a little bit slower. So this kind of gives me a reminder, why did I only make $34? Well, it's slow. And guess what? The fact that I'm being slow and only up $34 and I'm not in the red, that's great. And now maybe let's see what Friday brings us. Let's see. But the goal is to stay as green as possible. The goal is to stay as solid as possible, not going into the red, not hurting our accounts, not putting ourselves in positions that we are going to lose. So it's okay as long as we're staying green.
Watch for one more pop on coin that could get one more team, and don't chance it, but one more over 160 here. I'd say wait for candlestick confirmation over 160.25. It's kind of in that squeeze mode. It could get up to 160, 150, 162. That's gotten good movement. I know if you're looking at the smaller ones, MARA or what's the other one? Mara and Riot, RIOT. That's the other one. Those are definitely nice little move up today. Kind of at least more consistent plays that have been, moving it up in one direction more, so to speak.
Guys, let's not forget either. Tomorrow is supposed to be the day. Tomorrow's supposed to be the day that the Bitcoin ETF comes on out. So, I mean, that is pretty nuts to be able to take a look at. And traders, for anyone who just needs a little bit of a reminder, remember, Bitcoin ETF, the first ever ETF for Bitcoin. This is supposed to be tomorrow. Anytime between January 5th to January 10th is when this could be approved. Now, what is so big about this is all about the institutions, institutional investing. When we have an ETF, that is essentially telling Wall Street, essentially telling the public that, okay, the SEC is regulating it. Now, as we are having it regulated, people are not going to fear that it's as scammy, that you're going to get a rug pull, that you're going to lose your money, that it's just for the dark web and criminals. People are going to say, oh, this is an actual investment now. And people are going to start putting in their money in. Institutions start putting their money in. Big businesses start putting their money in. If we have, let's say, hedge funds put in hundreds of millions of dollars in Bitcoin, and let's say other companies start saying, hey, let's invest some money in Bitcoin. It's doing very well. Now more hundreds of millions, billions of dollars start going into Bitcoin. Guess what happens to Bitcoin? Bitcoin starts going on a crazy rip and rally. We know that Bitcoin has already been on some crazy rips and rallies. This institutional investing rally could be absolutely massive. Now, why is it so big? Well, every single person just compares this to what? The gold ETF, right? You can take a look over on the gold ETF, and the big thing about the gold ETF is right here. Traders, the gold ETF, we had gold that was non-approved 1973, and we basically moved sideways from 1981 all the way to about 2001. In 2001, the gold ETF was approved. That means institutions can go ahead and start investing into gold. Hedge funds start investing into gold. Big businesses start investing in gold. It gives the green light to gold. And guess what happened? We saw this massive spike, this massive climb. Here's a better picture that basically shows it. Move sideways, you put the gold ETF out there, we never came back down to those prices again. This is what everyone hypes up Bitcoin to be. We will never see 44,000 again. We're going to see 100,000, 300,000, 50, 500,000. We're never going to see 44,000 again. That's the story. That's the narrative as of now. That's the hype as of now. Is it going to be true? We will see. But if it is true, you have an amazing investment opportunity in front of you right now. Gold ETF happened. Bitcoin ETF happens starting on up tomorrow. So that's going to be very interesting to see if that gets approved.
Oh, speaking of ETFs, boy, oh, do we miss TVIX.
Oh, man, TVIX. TVIX is a special place in my heart.
Yeah, right.
TVIX, I don't even think you can even look at it anymore. There's no TVIX and there's no TVIXF anymore. TVIX, guys, was like the most insane play ever. Like, it would just move hundreds, thousands of dollars. But they basically just got rid of it. I don't know why they got rid of it, but it was nuts.
I was gonna say, can you Google it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there you go. You can even Google pictures of it. So there's different. No, that's TVI. So you can kind of Google it. There's still pictures like on Google. You have to go like Google images essentially. But yeah, and like, can you still find pictures of it? Just give me a little taste.
Yeah, TVIX. I mean, this one. Here's a little picture of TVIX. TVIX went all the way from about like $30 and spiked all the way up towards over $1,000, which was a very big spike.
It ran the opposite of the SPY.
Yeah, ran opposite of the SPY. So during the time when the SPY came crashing on down back in 2020, TVIX just went absolutely bananas, went absolutely crazy. It was just a nutso play.
That was the good old snakeskin Randy days.
Whew! Snakeskin Randy.
Watch out for that guy.
Watch out. S&P 500, little bit of a drop. Come on here. I want to see MINM. I want to see if this one could be able to squeeze right at like 11 o'clock. Break through the VWAP, break through that downtrend, get some squeeze. Everyone starts making money. We could start going to Dave & Buster's on this Thursday night, and it's going to be amazing. Your room looks like a Dave & Buster's, AK.
It's kind of Dave & Buster's-y, you know? It's kind of Dave & Buster's-y. And wait for the next one, though. That game room with the next house, it's going to be very Dave & Buster's-y, okay?
Oh, yeah.
We'll have skee ball machines. We got the hoop 'em. We got a pinball machine. We'll have a, dart board. Let's not throw darts at one another team. Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, that's going to be nice. Little skee ball.
Oh, hey, I literally already have two. I have side by. I got two skee ball machines. They're sitting in their boxes. One's in my garage and one's in the spare
Are they
bedroom.
legit? Like bit, or is it like not legit?
Not like the ski. No, because real skee ball machines cost $3 to $4, $5K.
Okay.
And so I got the ones that cost like $1K. The one real thing I'm gonna get when I move into the house, I'm gonna get one real pinball machine because those cost like $5 or $6K. Start out at $5 or $6K.
Yeah.
And then, because I want to hear the ding, 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 ding. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, so those pinball machines really give the arcade.
Oh, yeah,
vibe, You know what I mean? And so the hoop'ems are real one. So I got a real hoop'em, like the one when you go to the arcades or whatever, the side by side hoop'em or whatever. I got a Denver Nuggets one. But the skee ball machine, it's the knockoff version. But I'll get a real pinball machine. And so yeah, you're gonna come down, bro. We're gonna get at it. We're gonna get after it. Oh, I'm gonna get one real arcade.
When does the breaking ground start on the house?
Hopefully in the next month. Honestly, hopefully in the next month, maybe 2 or so at most. That's probably when we're gonna start breaking ground for sure.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. That's years of hard
all
work right there, baby.
Right here, yeah. There's the floor plan. There's the house and chat right there. So yeah, man. Thanks to you finding you forever ago, and then you kept saying paper trade, and I was like, man, what the paper trade? I'm like, you know what? Why don't you finally go do this and actually practice? Michael Jordan. I used to make fun of Allen Iverson. Oh, practice. Oh, we're talking practice. Yeah, we're talking practice, Allen Iverson. There's a reason why you never went to the show. Well, you went once, I think, but you never won it because you didn't worry about practice. But I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, my man Michael, how many shots? Kobe, all those greats. They're in there doing what? They're practicing to get better. And I'm like, I gotta practice. Josh, you gotta practice. And so once I finally started practicing, it all started paying off.
Absolutely. Hey, take a shot right now with that with the basketball.
Here we go. I got good there for a while. I got good there because you and Cushion guys used to challenge me. Man, I got good there for a minute. And then I was like, well, no more rounds.
No. I want you sitting down.
Bam, baby! Look at that.
I want you sitting.
Bam.
I want you sitting in the chair. $100 if you make it in the chair.
I gotta get lined up now. Like a freak though. Okay, I can't be all off center here. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's put that football.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh. Guy, he's choking under pressure.
It's all right. All right, one more. You don't have to pay me. It's all for show. This one doesn't have as much air in it. It's pretty bad. So maybe it'll help out. If it doesn't
That's cheating. This one doesn't count.
Oh, I tried to go for the bank. How about this? That didn't work either. All right. Well, 0 for 3. AK needs to work on a shooting game. Hey, come challenge me and hoop 'em. You're gonna beat me. I might get you at skee ball. Although you're the skee ball champion. Maybe you should talk about skee ball all the time, Dave & Buster's.
Oh yeah, we have an intramural league at Dave & Buster's. Starts on up in 3 weeks. We got the winter league coming. Skee balls, Dave & Buster's, Allentown, Pennsylvania. That
must mean you're probably a pretty good bowler too.
I'm not bad. I'm not. I'm gonna stay very humble. Okay, I'm gonna stay very humble. I'm gonna stay very grateful. And when I say that I am literally the best, I mean that in the most humble way. You know,
Hey,
it's just
nothing wrong with that.
that's just what it. That's what it is. That's just what it is.
When you got those man cannons over there, I mean, you got man cannons. Okay,
That's all it
so
is.
you got those man cannons. I mean, you're just throwing balls down about 175 miles an hour. You're like, hey, give me that 30-pounder. Give me that. No, you got a 40-pounder? Give it to
You're
me.
not wrong. When you see me bowling, it's kind of like it's like a caveman throwing a club. That's all it is. I just get the heaviest ball and throw it as hard as I can, and those pins go flying. It's no strategy.
This is how Deck bowls. Not underhanded, baby. Not underhanded. He gets that bowling ball, he just throws it down there. He just throws it.
I just want to see if MINM is going to break through this downtrend. ATXI trying to squeeze JFBR.
Dimpy's about to run some ocean. Hey, do it, Dimpy. Dimpy, you're only going to have about 13 dogs and 2 cats to mess with, first off. By the time we move into the house, then you're going to have about 74 dogs. You bring it, baby. I'm going to have rats in the walls. I'm going to have gators in whatever those things are called in front of the house. Bring it. Emote, yeah. Whatever it's called. Ace Ventura over here.
I want to see if we can get one more trade in, guys. Let's get one more trade in and see if we can be able to make some profits here. Let's not miss anything. So everyone, let's take a look right here. Top gainers on the day. Let's go through it together. MINM starting to turn right now. MINM starting to get a little bit weaker. MINM might get a little bit of a flush here. Potential short. ATXI starting to build itself back on up. Potential lunch hour play. ACET, not too much. JFBR, not too much. BHG, kind of get into the not too much areas here. So I would say MINM starting to get the potential flush here, and ATXI starting to move itself on up. Either MINM or ATXI could squeeze over lunch. It looks like MINM is going to start getting a little bit weaker. I would not be opposed if anyone wanted to jump in on some MINM trades and say, hey, Deck, you know, MINM starting to get weaker. I think it's going to fade on down towards 360. That could definitely happen. We are pointing on down. MINM, I would love to be able to jump in on this play with, 2,000 shares maybe and see if this one could be able to slowly fade. The issue is it's just been holding right at this like 430 mark for a while. Like, it's like you want to jump in, but then you realize you get a bounce play here and 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 a bounce play here. You got to start going on down to like 415 to really start kind of cracking that, and hopefully you get the fear sell-off. The fear sell-off is basically everyone starts running away because support's no longer there, right? So you have no more support, and then the fear comes on in, everyone gets scared, and everyone dumps their shares. That leads to a big-time sell-off. So we want to see fear in the stock market to be able to get these big-time dumps, to be able to get these big-time drops. As for coin here, coin's starting to turn on down a little bit. So we did just have a very nice spike on up towards 160, fell on down. We actually came on up towards 160, 161-ish, right at the very tippity top of that 13 EMA. That's actually starting to turn back on down. We actually might get a little bit of a crack. Room to run back on down towards the low 159 mark. Seems like it's going to set itself up in like some sort of like head and shoulders pattern. We could look for a possible entry over on coin on the short side once again, basically saying, hey, coin's going to get some sort of dip and drop on down towards this, bottom area of 159.20. That could definitely be coming on up here very soon. And other than that, the SPY right now, SPY is going to be getting very close to its uptrend area. So we still have a little bit of time to its uptrend area, but that is trying to hold itself on up. And that's kind of all I see at this moment. AK, do you got anything? What are you looking at here? What are your kind of final thoughts here?
You're a taxi play here, trend line crack again. So again, slow and steady Eddie type play, ATXI, but ATXI is getting another trend line crack, almost kind of similar to your trend line from earlier, almost the same kind of, but that's about it. It's I'd say your best plays moving forward are going to be Coin, Mara, Riot, at least as far as movement up. Kind of wait for the setups to come to you, moving forward. If, we're already kind of seeing it. I'm sure you guys are seeing it as well. The chopping movement we've had for the day, for the most part, just kind of wait for setups to form for the rest of the day. You typically, as I say, you might have 1 or 2 good setups in the morning, maybe one come at lunch, one at power hour time. So if you get 4 or 5 good setups with every ticker every day, you're now limited to probably maybe 1 or 2 good setups, maybe, or 3 today possibly at most.
Yeah,
so
I say
know that you really then have to be patient.
I say we, just because today was a little bit slower, AK, I say you and I, we run this back tomorrow with another dual live stream tomorrow morning on the Friday, and let's do this again tomorrow. We'll jump on YouTube again tomorrow and kind of give the people what the people want. A nice good morning of live streaming.
And I'm down with that. But you know what they also want? A dual. I just got it in my lobby. They want a dual shirt rip. A dual shirt rip tomorrow, baby. So let's come with our Hogan shirts. And at the same time, after we just kill the stock market, baby, it's you and me, brother, taking it down to the town, and we're gonna kick some what, and we're gonna rip our shirts, brother.
Yeah, that's good. That's what the people want. They want to see two middle-aged men taking off their clothes on the webcam. That's what they're here for. Nothing like, again, locking the doors and saying, wife, don't come in here. I don't want you to see this.
Hey, we're bringing it tomorrow, brother. You better be old. You better get your tan on tonight, because I'm going to shave up. I'm going to look good tomorrow. I'll get the hair done, brother.
I think we're losing you.
Oh,
I think you're
Ooh, I got to put a little emphasis in there.
Yeah, we hear you, but you are frozen. Now you're coming back. Okay.
I've made the internet unstable. I've made my internet I'm back.
Oh,
I am back, brother. It's the energy. I'm breaking my internet.
You are. It's starting out of nowhere right here. All right. Traders, ladies and gentlemen, as of now, obviously, I'm going to leave the live stream up for Tradecaster members. But I think the smartest thing for us to do is just to take a little bit of time, take a little bit of a step back. Don't put yourself in a position that you are only going to lose on. And let's make sure that we are using our heads, all right? AK, I love the energy. This guy's pumped on nothing but Monster energy drinks and sour Skittles at this time. And
it's water. I'm out of it. A little bit left. That's all I mean. I don't drink nothing but water and eat. I don't eat anything. I do like the little day trade professor talked about this last year. I was already doing it, but I do like the intermittent fasting, so I don't eat till like 1:30 or whatever. So I've had no food since last night's dinner. All I've been doing is drinking water. Baby, it's just energy from the sun. And you give me a lot of energy.
Thanks. No, that's nice. Oh, a little energy. So you eat no food. Yeah. Only drink water, and you get energy from the sun. You sound like a plant, bud. You're doing some photosynthesis. There you go. That's AK's photosynthesis right there. Standing outside shirtless in the middle of the road. All right, well, traders.
Hey, Grunt, you got to make those faces.
Traders, everyone, be smart over again lunch hours. Let's see what comes on up here. Obviously, we're doing absolutely everything we can. We know when we start talking about getting naked, it's probably getting a little bit slower out there. So make sure you guys are using your head, staying smart. Thank you for everyone who has joined us on this day. We'll run it back tomorrow and see if we get a little bit more action. We get a little bit more momentum. AK-47, thank you so much for joining us on this day. And of course, we'll run this back tomorrow and do another dual live stream and hopefully, be able to get it going. Get the people what they want. Hey, we'll take another green day in the books. Another green day for 2024. But at the same time, team, we got to make sure that we are aware for lunch hours this afternoon, possible after-hour trades. There's still a lot of opportunity, even though right now is slow. But I would suggest taking a little bit of a breather, getting a little bit of food, go outside, do your photosynthesis, and come back here a little bit later on and see if we have a little bit more hype. All right? Traders, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much that joined us. AK, thank you so much for joining us as always. Have a good one, team. Claire, throw in a good song for the people, and we'll be all set, ready to go. You guys already know the drill. Hit them with a bangarang. Hit them with, again, a good old Dekmar trades out in 3, 2, 1. Ah! Have a good one, team.
A little bang, and let's get some photosynthesis on. I'll see you tomorrow.
So I can see the part of you that's drifting over me. And when I wake, you're never there. And when I sleep, you're everywhere. You're everywhere. Just tell me how I got this far. Just tell me why you're here and who you are. 'Cause every time I look, you're never there. And every time I see comes